I'm damaged and I'm trying, but it's just like, I guess I can't get it right. I started stealing cars at probably 11. Basically, what had happened was like, and this would be my first time talking about this because it's kind of like a sensitive topic.
Now today, we sat down with the First Lady of Tax Fraud, aka Drop Queen Rashia Wilson. Rumored to have run up over $20 million in a short time span, blowing $50K a day on partying and developing an illness that was killing her slowly. She sat down to detail the inner workings of the operation and also an exclusive untold story that even DJ Vlad couldn't get her to reveal. We found out what really happened at her prison stay in the US's most notorious prison and why she was released 8 years before her sentence was up. Now this is an interview that you don't want to miss.
Hey, what's up, peeps, man? Welcome to another episode of the Lionel B Show. Today we have a very special guest. She goes by the name of Rashia Wilson. A lot of y'all may know her as the Drop Queen of Tampa. Rashia, what's good with you?
What's going on?
Hey man, Tampa love in here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had to hit you up, man, because I know you got major history, man. Your name is big. Your name's been of course ringing bells for years, decades. Tell us a little bit about you, man. Some of our viewers that may not know about you. And
so as we talking about the backstory, or
we'll get to the back. We'll get to the backstory, but you know.
So I'm basically, known as Tampa Trap Queen. I made BET, American Gangster Trap Queens. I made Forbes magazine. I'm on Netflix. I'm an author, Money, Power, and Time in stores everywhere. And I do my little music. I be writing and rapping a little bit. So, and I'll be starring in my first show, PPP Queens. I start filming March 15th.
PPP Queen?
Mm-hmm.
What?
They had to get me some type of way.
Oh man. I was gonna ask you about the PPP and how you kind of felt about that being the thing, because that wasn't around back then.
It wasn't. So basically it was like, I'm gonna say they kind of manifested, because when they did their trailer, they did the trailer and it was like, if you was Tupac, Scarface, and Rashia Wilson, and they had me on they're already on their trailer, and then I just so happened to get my immediate release, and they like, oh shoot, we need you a part of this movie. So
that's dope.
That's how they grabbed.
So it's an actual movie.
It's nowadays y'all call movies a series just broken up.
Oh, okay,
so a movie just basically longer than an hour and 30 minutes.
Right.
But it's a show, but it's a series, but they call it a movie because it's just broken up.
Okay.
On Tubi.
So now let's get into your backstory, man. Tell us a little bit about like your early days, like coming up. I know, I think you caught your first charge at like 10 or 11.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So back then, growing up where I was from, because I grew up in the projects or whatever, my mom was on drugs. My dad, he lived in prison, visit the streets. R.I.P. to him. He died 2 months before I got out.
Oh man, sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So like, I had to kind of like think for myself. So it was like, if I had to go to the grocery store and steal me some meat, that's what I was doing. If I had to go to Walmart and steal me some toys for my little siblings, that's what I was doing. So I end up, of course, getting caught.
What was that like though? Like coming up and not really having someone there to be like, okay, dinner's at this time. Because you know how, what I'm saying, how normal families actually interact. What was that like though?
It was kind of hard, especially watching movies. Because I mean, of course, when you're in the projects, you don't really see a lot of that we'll see in the suburban areas, like the dinner at the tables. Your mom and dad gonna cook, and you gonna be like, here, food ready, and you gonna eat in the front room or your room. So like to watch movies and see like families at a table, it was like, damn, I want that one day.
Right. Now seeing that, did you realize something was off about yours? Because I know, like you said, you seen it on movies and TV, so you was like, something wrong with this dynamic.
So I always knew that something was off because, like I said, like my mom was on drugs. So living in the house, my mom had 7 girls, no boys.
Wow.
And, she was an addict. So, of course, like, I always knew it was off, like, because just what she was doing was off. Selling food stamps, crediting food from the stores and saying, we're going to pay you back on the first. So it was always just
Dang, that had to be tough. But you feel like going through that, did that mature you more, make you grow up a little faster?
Yes, because I ended up becoming a mother at the age of 14. So even becoming a parent at 14, it made me grow up faster. But yeah, it did. It did.
Now, from the age of 14, you kind of was you dancing around that time, or what age were you?
No, like 17
17. Okay.
with a fake ID.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Was you at Hollywood Nights? Which club you
No,
was
I
at?
ain't never danced at Hollywood.
Nah.
I would have been scared of Hollywood
Yeah,
Nights
Hollywood
because it's
Nights was
too.
off the chain, man.
Yeah, and I didn't really want nobody to know I was dancing.
Oh, okay, okay.
So I danced like at the clubs on Alamo, and
Adamo.
like the outskirts with the, the other people, the white folks.
Yeah, that was my first club, Adamo, and then
Yeah.
when I got older, I was at Hollywood Nights, but yeah, that was a little suspect over there because you had to be, you had to have your head on the swivel at
Yeah,
Hollywood
yeah.
Nights, y'all. If y'all know about Tampa, back in the day, those was spots.
No,
That was close about where you was from, though.
don't forget about Club Hush now.
Oh yeah,
Club Hush was
oh
the,
yeah.
yeah, now that was my era back coming
Club
up.
Hustle was around for that long?
I mean, around when I was getting money.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah,
Hollywood was Hollywood, and then like
yeah.
the upscale strip club, we would say what Hollywood, I mean Hush,
Club
for the
Hush, yeah,
black people.
yeah, yeah. Now let's get into like the name Drop Queen. What made you want to go so hard to become Drop Queen? Did you?
So the name Drop Queen was something that the city gave me.
Oh, okay.
I had a business called First Lady Entertainment,
Mm,
where back from 2000 and maybe seven, 2007,
mm,
I got an entertainment company where I was renting out the clubs, renting out the clubs and paying celebrities and stuff to perform.
mm,
So so the name First Lady came about.
mm.
And they just kind of incorporated it all together. But it was from First Lady Entertainment.
Oh, okay.
And then, of course, when the situation happened, the feds called me First Lady of Tax Fraud.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
How did you feel about that when they gave you that name?
I was like, what? The insult, like
Really? You
First
was
Lady
insulted?
of Tax Fraud, like, because they made it like I actually taught the entire city or
Mm,
taught the entire world. That is hard. That's hard to sit here and be like, okay, well, I just sat on the computer and I held classes because we didn't have everything that we got right now. All of this FaceTime and, to be sitting there, we had Skype back then, to
yeah.
be sitting here teaching everybody. So it was just like, damn, now the First Lady of Tax Fraud, now
They was
y'all
like he was
tripping.
giving master classes or something.
Right. Like, but
So everything back then was like in person, or if you knew somebody, then
you knew somebody that knew somebody or knew something that, it was kind of, that's why it was so easy to get caught up on phones. It wasn't like everything that we have today. Like I'm still trying to catch up.
so you ain't really talking on the phone much like back then.
No, I talked on the
Oh,
phone
you did?
because back then you had to talk on
Oh
the phone
yeah,
versus
yeah.
now they got FaceTime, they got, all the
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp, just all the little stuff. Like,
You feel like it would have been easier nowadays back then, or it was same?
yeah, with
Yeah.
the technology and the I'm gonna just say all what they have today, yes.
Okay. Because now they got
But y'all know, like, for real, like, if a lot of people read into my case, well, some people they take what the media say, so they don't really know the ins and outs of the case. They take the media and they get their story and they run with that story. But
Mhm.
I really didn't get cased up like that.
Mm.
So it wasn't like the phones or something got me cased up.
What was it that got you case shut?
They had an indictment for my co-defendant to come to
Oh,
my house to indict my co-defendant for his indictment for tax fraud, and then they had a search warrant to search my house.
so basically your co-defendant flipped on you.
No, they was coming to indict him for his indictment, and they had a search warrant, and they found tax fraud stuff at the
Oh
house.
man, damn. So you had everything out there.
Back then, and I could speak about it now, like back then, a lot of people was going to hotels and stuff using the free Wi-Fi.
Mm.
So they'll get rooms just to use the free Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And at the time when the night before the feds end up coming, a room was checked out of, so all the stuff was at my house.
Oh.
I'ma just say that. And when they came, it was like but it was never at my house. And it just so happened that morning it was at my house. I'm like, damn.
What was that feeling like when they came in and?
So I had 9 cameras around my house
Mm.
because I was a female on the rise. You know, I was definitely getting it. I was up there.
Yeah.
And I had already got robbed before. But I used to always have this feeling like the community that I lived in, it wasn't like the houses wasn't gated. It was a new community. So, you know, with HOA and all that, we couldn't do all of that.
Yeah.
So I ended up getting a lot of cameras. So I'm like, how my room was, it was upstairs. Mm. And I always kept a gun in my bed, like right there. So I'm like, if somebody was to ever kick in my door, all I got to do is go like this, and it's going straight to the door, like straight from my room to the front door. Mm. That's how my house was set up. And that morning, because I had my daughter was 1 year old. Not was she 1 year? Yeah, she was 1 year old. And it was just like, it was weird because 2 days prior, before the feds came to my house, I ended up getting pulled over. Mm-hmm. I ended up getting pulled over by an unmarked car, and they searched the car, but they didn't give me no ticket or nothing, and they said I was speeding. So I came home and I told my co-defendant, I'm like, man, like I just got pulled over on the way to Club Hush. I just got pulled over by a police unmarked car, but it's weird to me. Like something ain't right. Like he was like, man, you tripping.
Yeah, you had that feeling.
Yeah, I just kept having that feeling because in the city they kept saying, oh, but the feds done picked up this person. Like they speak it on you. Like people call my phone, be like, man, why they say the feds just picked you up? Like it was just like what premonition? That's what the word is. Like it was just like happening to. I don't know. They
people
spoke.
That was close to you.
No, it was just happening
to
people in their mind because it wasn't happening. I never went.
Oh yeah.
So they was just saying it like, and they'll call my phone, and I'm like, what the like, you know what I'm saying? What's going on? So Vegas, we end up going. So this May, I'm a fast go back a little bit. Mm-hmm. So in May of 2012, we end up going to the fight, Floyd Mayweather fight in Vegas, and there was a man following us. And we went in Sunglass Hut. I'm talking about this one. Cartier's was popping. I don't know if it's popping now. Mm. Glasses $1,200, and he just splurging on me. My co-defendant. I'm like, hey, that man that's following us, I saw him at the club. Like I be seeing him in Tampa, but we in Vegas now.
No, so you saw him in Tampa and Vegas?
Yes, it was. They had somebody on us, following us. Wow. Because they was watching him from his indictment. Remember, they was picking him up from what had happened. And I'm like. Somebody, he be like, man, you tripping. So when I got pulled over, now we back in September, when I got pulled over, he like, you tripping. I'm like, I'm not tripping, bro. Like, I know I'm not tripping. Damn. So when they came to my house that morning, I thought I was dreaming. And they was like, Rashia Wilson, grab your baby and come downstairs. And I'm like, I woke up and I looked at my surveillance. I didn't think it was somebody in black trying to rob. I immediately said it was the feds.
What, they was on like the bullhorn and all that?
They was on the bullhorn. They was on the little thing to get lifted up to look at my top window. They had the IRS agents. They had my house was surrounded. Like you can probably go back and look at videos. They had a flatbed for it was 2012, but I had a 2013 Audi A8. Mm-hmm. So they had a flatbed to get the Audi, but they didn't take the 550 or the X5. They just wanted the Audi. Dang. So it was just like, bang, the feds. He was like, man, I'm like pointed at them cameras and seen them on the back and everything. So once I looked at all the cameras and seen how they were surrounding the house, I knew it wasn't somebody that was finna rob us, but I never thought it was somebody finna rob anyways. It was just that feeling. So it was just like, damn, my life.
Man.
That
had to be scary.
It was scary, but it wasn't real. Like meaning,
TV stuff.
Yeah, it was just like what? Especially when one of the agents say, Ms. Wilson, I can remember like it was yesterday because I looked at his shirt and he had a Gaither, Gaither baseball team shirt. Damn. So I'm looking at his shirt and he said, Ms. Wilson, you need to play ball. And I looked down at the ball on his shirt. He was like, you facing 20 years. I'm like, I'm not facing no fucking 20 years. He was like, all right, okay. I'm like, man, like what the fuck? Like 20 years, who gets 20 years for whatever y'all think y'all getting me for? And I be damn, they gave me 21 years.
So when they pulled up, what were you thinking? Like, I know you ain't think 20 years, but what were you thinking? Like maybe a couple years, a year or two?
I never really thought because I didn't think like when they pulled up, like it was really, really, really like like it was just unreal. Like, is this really happening? Okay, I'm gonna go to jail. Yeah, I'm guilty, but I'm not guilty because they're never gonna see me at an ATM machine or they're never gonna see this. So what is that really here
What
for?
evidence do they have?
Exactly. And that's how how it was for a while, the whole time I was in the county jail, because what had happened was, like I said, they came with an indictment for my co-defendant and they came with a search warrant to search my house. Yes, they found tax fraud stuff. And this part that I'm going to speak about, I never really mentioned it at the, I probably did, I'm not sure, but so they never really found tax fraud stuff, but they found that firearm. So
And you was a felon.
it was felony possession of a firearm. So they took me to jail for felony possession of a firearm, which I bonded out that same day. My co-defendant, he didn't get a bond because he was indicted, federal charges.
Okay.
So 2 days later, I'm going to see his attorney to pay the attorney for him, and they pull me over and say they indicted me for the gun. And I'm like, what? Like, indicting me for the gun? Like, that's just crazy. So they end up taking me to jail with no bond. They said that I was a flight risk. I'm hiding money behind celebrities. I'm gonna flee the country. So I'm like, it still ain't real to me though. It's still not real. And they say, so my lawyer at the time, he said, well, you're not gonna get no more than 18 months if you plead guilty. I'm like, cool. But then I get my indictment paperwork and now we got 2 guns on my thing. So I'm like, what the hell? Like, felony possession of a firearm times 2.
Right. Why is that?
No. Let me take that back. It was 3 guns. So now I'm like, damn, what's going on? Like, okay, y'all got the gun in the house with no bullets. Y'all saying it's 3 guns. They said, okay, well, you on your Facebook post, you was holding a gun, a pink gun. I said that could have been fake. Dang. They hit me with felony possession of a firearm times 3, and they said on August 23rd, you was in a gun range as a convicted felon, and hit me with that gun charge. Not to mention the guy that took me to the gun range that's supposed to took me out to eat was an agent.
For real? I know you were saying something like he went into the gun range and he took him a while to come back. He was an agent the whole time.
He had to be, because he took me to the gun range. He said we was going. He said he was coming to get me to take me out to eat, and he took me to the gun range. And it was raining. I remember I was on my iPad at the time because iPads had just came out, so I was just like a big kid on the iPad, and my head was down the whole time on Facebook or something. And he got out the car. He said he had to go see somebody. I never even really paid attention, like looked around to see that we was at a gun range. And he went in there for like 15 minutes. And then he was like, come on, get out for a second. So I get out and it's 2 white guys. And he was like, good evening. Have y'all been here before? But as you replay it while I'm in the county, you could have asked him that when he was just in here with y'all for 15 minutes. And he just said that he had to come meet his partner real quick. So why are you saying good evening? Have y'all been here before?
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all was setting up the surveillance and everything to hold me on the gun case because y'all had no case. Y'all know that I mess with my co-defendant right now and y'all watching my co-defendant, but y'all have no case on me. So let me not hear her with this felony possession of a firearm. They didn't think that they was going to find a firearm in the house, of course, that morning, but they needed a reason to actually hold me.
Because they didn't have nothing else. Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So what made you want to like had a strap on Facebook though? You was just like,
it was just a pink gun, and I was in Sulphur Springs at the time in the hood. And I just took a picture with it. I didn't think I was gonna get indicted for holding a pink gun that looks like a toy. And it was like so small. Like, what was it? A 20? I don't even know the names of guns, but it was a little gun.
Damn, but they don't play about that, man. That felony in possession of firearms.
But why did it have to be federal? For me, for somebody that never been to prison, why did it have to be federal? The games they play. You know how many people go to jail for guns or get probation? Or my felony wasn't even like I was a real big booster. My felony wasn't even something serious. Like it wasn't nothing to wind me up in prison for a federal gun charge. Like,
so what was your first felonies? That's when you got those when you was
grand theft.
Grand theft?
Probably
Okay.
stealing. It's all everything, and it didn't make it no better with the case, but stealing.
So you was stealing cars back then?
I'm stealing cars.
You weren't nervous, like, you know what I'm saying? They gonna get behind me and run the tag and
When you stealing cars, it's always a nervous feeling because growing up in my era, like back in my days, growing up in Ponce de Leon projects, like people stealing cars, they wrecking, they dying, they getting in car accidents. So it's always a scary feeling, but when you gotta chase that bag, like I'm going to get cars from the airport, selling it to the drug dealers for $100 at 13 years old, like $100 for this car. Go get another $100. That's a lot of money.
that's cheap.
It's cheap, but it's a lot of money for me.
Oh yeah.
My mom on drugs. I don't got it. Like $100 got me a long way. I was able to buy my little sister's Burger King, and like it was a lot.
Dang.
When you ain't got nothing. Like
So you was doing that every day?
what? Yeah.
Oh man.
Me and my my mom, the Go Yam crew.
Yeah. That was the gang you was in, right? The Go Yam.
That's what they call it, but it's really a hood.
Okay. Dang.
Mm-hmm.
So you was how old when that was going on? You was getting
I started stealing cars at probably 11.
Damn. So you knew how to like break into the cars and get what?
I only could steal at the time before we started going to the airport where they had the keys already in the door. We had to when they lift the thing up, we gotta hurry up and get out.
Damn. So y'all was like hollering at as soon as they open up. Dang, boy. So you about that then for real. When you was doing the drops and all that, when you was making that money, when did you realize like I'm up, like, and I'm gonna keep going?
So back then, shoe boxes. So I used to keep $50,000 in each shoebox.
Damn.
But I ain't gonna lie, I was in love with strip clubs, especially King of Diamonds in Miami.
Okay.
So I go and spend $50,000 in the strip club
A night,
and that's nothing. Cause then I can go back and spend another $50,000 the next weekend. You gotta think about it. We're getting $9,000, up under $10,000 per person, and it can be deceased people at the time. So you're up. You're making 100. You up. And I just felt like when you spend 50 and I make 100 and then I see 150, I'm like, shit.
it was like Monopoly money at that point.
So once you see your first, as a person in the hood, like that don't come from a female at that, a single mother female, and you see your first, I'm gonna just say your first 100 racks, you're gonna feel like you up, because back then it wasn't like it is now. Like y'all, the Cuban links and what's that, like $40,000. We didn't have to pay that back then.
Right.
So now these days, like I know the era that happened after that, we can probably talk about that later, but the money that people spend in the day, you can really live back then. Like, because they're not trying to compete with each other and go spend somebody chain where this amount of grams and they spending 40. This one want one for 80,000. No, they buying cars, but cars is always an investment. What is yours? And me, I own my own house. I was buying acres and all, but so I felt like I was up when I saw my first 100 grand. But keep in mind, the 100 grand is no money, because I'm making 100 grand. I can make 100 grand every few days, every day if I want to, if I just sit on a laptop. So, but the first 100 grand, when I saw it, it was just like, let me get on and keep going.
Wow.
So yeah, back then it was just people like, the PPP era. Yeah, but that's different. Y'all using like actual people that probably will have to owe the money or something back then. I mean, for the PPP or whatever happened with the COVID and all of that. We're talking back then when you can just get on a site like Ancestry.com and pull up deceased people and file them, and a dead person can't testify on you.
Right.
So you're gonna be up the money, versus y'all getting 200 for a loan. What was it, the unemployment loans or whatever during COVID? But you still got to worry about that person if you're filing their name indictments, that person testifying, versus you go do you 20 people real quick for 10,000 apiece. 20 people that don't even know because they're not even alive.
And the PPP got to use your real info.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Like a
big paper trail versus no paper trail. The only paper trail is when the government go to seeing that the crime rate is going down and people is driving foreign and they need to see what's going on in Tampa. And that was
everybody had a whip with them big wheels on it, slide.
What? Everybody was driving foreign. Everybody. So
information was put out, man, that you was up like 20 M's. Is that accurate or
it's not accurate?
It's not accurate.
How would they ever know?
I don't know.
Of course, I'm not gonna have 20 million in the bank. Of course, I'm not gonna have 20 million just sitting at a house. How would they know? They always come up with that. Remember, we were just talking about that. Right. The media. Mm-hmm. They always come up with their own figure. But they did say that I tried to take 20 million, 21 million, and that's the reason the judge say he was going to give me a year for every million that I tried to take.
So how much did you actually get?
Well, my restitution right now is 3.1.
Okay.
So they said that's what I actually got.
Did you get to enjoy the 3.1 though, or
I don't even know what they're talking about for real, but I feel like they combined me and my co-defendant money. Did I see millions? You damn right. I really can't sit here and say I seen 3 million, 5 million, 2 million, 1 million, because you got to think about it. When you're doing fraud, you can have 100,000 on the card. You probably have spent 50,000 in the store and 50,000 cash. So it's always a big difference when you're shopping and when you're actually seeing the money. Of course, people want to see their money. So I don't really know, but if they did their numbers and that's what they said.
So you never sat in a room with like $1 million in cash, or?
I ain't never sat in a room with $1 million in cash, but I sat in a room with close to that. Straight 20s at the ATM.
Man. But you gotta hit like mad ATMs to get that amount though.
Not that then.
Nah.
Because there was one company that I can probably speak on right now, because it's not working no more. Like they used to have H&R Block cards.
Oh, okay.
But you had to send somebody. You couldn't use a deceased person to get the card. It got to be a real person. So of course you can get bums or whatever, pay them to go get the card. But you can go withdraw $4,500 at the ATM at one time.
Dang.
Every 24 hours.
What?
Or you can go to stores and say, here, they'll charge their fee. I'm gonna charge you a couple thousand. I'll wipe out 10,000 right now. Or you can go to strip clubs. I stayed throwing out 50. You pay them and they'll cash you out on your card in ones, but of course they charge you for the ones, and you spend throw the money right back in the club. So it was a win-win.
So you never dropped nothing in the bank. Everything was straight shoebox.
Oh no, I dropped it in the bank.
Yeah. You ain't feel nervous?
No, because I really had a business, and my business was a cash-based business.
So that's the thing. So what made you want to pivot? Because you was doing real well with First Lady. You was bringing a lot of artists to Tampa and all that. What made you want to get into illegitimate business?
Like I say on BET and everywhere, if you put a steak in front of a full dog, what you think that dog gonna do?
Yeah, you're gonna grab it.
Exactly. It was there. It's just never enough. When it comes to money and someone that didn't have anything, it's never enough. If I gotta sit here and promote a show for a month just to clear 100,000 and I can make 100,000 in a day, what you think I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my show, but I'm gonna go get that 100,000 too.
I guess it's kind of like them NFL players or NBA players gambling on the side, even though they're making millions.
But let me tell you though, yeah, it's just like that. But I had NFL players, and I had one basketball player, and you know what he told me?
What's that?
He wasn't gonna give me no more money, and I said, why? He said, because you won't show me. I said, show you what? He said, come on, I know you don't just do shows. People talk. I say, show you what? He said, I got family too that want to know the game.
Oh, wow.
He's a millionaire and he wanted to know the game. So it's just never enough.
Well, then also less money out his pocket too, because he's like, I'm tired of these begging ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
God, that's
it's
crazy.
Just never enough though. It's just, I don't know how to explain it.
So
now, if I get right, it's enough. I ain't saying, and I'm not touching nothing illegal, but I know enough is enough. Like, it's greed. That's greed. And that's what I'm going to blame it on.
So you feel like it was worth it?
Do I feel like, okay, we can take this two different ways. All right. At the time, do I feel like what I was doing was worth it? Yes, because my family was straight. Everybody was straight. But do I feel like the crime was worth it in the amount of time? Hell nah. You know how many people you lose in 13 years? You know how many people vanish on you? Not even just death, but you know how many people just say, forget you, like they leave you hanging, like, and it caused a woman like me to be damaged because it's like I can't trust nobody no more. I don't want to invite nobody into my life. I'm very cold-hearted now.
Really? And that's from doing that time.
It's from just everything. It's from the beginning of the time with me owning my own places and my family running off with my stuff. It me in prison and people turning their back on me and running off with the money I did have in safes. It just comes with just everything surrounding that lifestyle.
It sounds like you kind of like paranoid now, of course, which you have a reason to be. I remember time you was like paranoid back then, like when you was, you know what I'm saying, you was at the clubs and all that. Like, was that like constant nervousness all the time? Like, especially with people knowing what you do and
When you a female and you caked up like I was,
right.
and you really ain't got no boyfriend, so you really don't have no protection. You got every right to be nervous. I'm rocking back then. Now it's not worth that much, but we're talking 2012. I'm rocking probably $150,000 worth of jewelry. You know what I mean? Of course, I was always nervous. I'm riding around in a 90. My car, what was $96,000?
Yeah.
Not including the rims. Not
But they
including
say you was rolling an entourage though. They said you would have back to back a fleet of cars rolling like.
So what we'll do is like back then, if I'm eating, everybody eating. So if I'm in the Benz, of course you're gonna be in whatever you want. If I'm in the Audi, we all rode foreign, so we'll all drive, you know, and be nice. Everybody pushing foreign.
Now, so now I'm thinking, okay, you had a whole crew. Everybody was riding with you when you was up. Them same people that left you when you.
All of them, but probably out of 20 people that I helped reach the top, probably 5 stuck by my side. Yep.
So you regret tricking on them and being good to them?
I regret being a good person to them because of the way that they did me. Even to today, a few of them, their kids, because everybody's grown now, their kids reach out, call me auntie, they come to my little stuff. They was like, one of them like, you need to call my mama. I know she want to talk to you so bad. Why should I have to call her?
Exactly.
Even the people that did leave me, some of them, some of the females that did leave me, they still reached out when I got out, gave me clothes, like brand new clothes, shot me a few dollars. You ain't even do that. You feel so wrong for the way that you did me. You rather just not reach out at all.
Make them feel bad. No accountability, man.
And then I'm just living my life and with all smiles. And
now I know what the news said. Correct me if I'm wrong. You used to having like $30,000 parties for the kids, carnivals, and all that.
So they said that I had my baby first birthday party and I spent over $30,000. However,
for a 1-year-old party.
That's what they said.
Damn.
But how would they come up with that figure? Because I'm not finna go in Party City and spend $30,000.
Right. So what they had under surveillance?
What I did do is back then, me growing up in Tampa, we got Busch Gardens, we got the zoo, we got Adventure Island. Those are places that my mother never took me to because of her addiction.
Right.
So I felt like I know that there was hundreds and thousands of kids that probably live right down the street from a zoo and never seen animals. Been there. Yep. So let me bring the zoo to them since I got the money. And I got all these ball players that's on my team. So let's get back to the community. But in order to get in this carnival party that I'm having for my baby, they got to bring my baby a gift. I don't even care if it's a card.
Something.
So, and everything was free. Free barbecue, free fried ice cream, free real carnival where you win prizes, free everything, free animals, free everything.
So you had exotic animals and all that?
I had everything.
Monkeys. Damn, Tony Montana?
I had everything. And that was the talk of the century, that party. And guess who was flying over the party?
Who that?
The feds in the helicopter.
Damn. Look at that.
I was the same one with the shirt that came to my house and said, I was the one flying over your baby party. What a nice party.
Nah, they said all that?
Swear to God.
Damn.
I'm the one, he said, this is his exact words. after he asked me to play ball. He said, I'm the one that was in the helicopter flying over your baby party. What a nice party. He said, he mentioned one of my child's father's name. He said, I just pulled your baby daddy over a few weeks ago. He knew my baby daddy. And he said that I had somebody following you in Vegas.
So that same guy you was looking at, so you wasn't tripping.
I knew I wasn't. The same man I see in the club, I knew I wasn't tripping.
So like when he was following you, was he like kind of like looking at shit and kind of looking, you know,
It was
what's
just
he really good at?
When you being followed, you know you being followed. You can feel it. Like you can just like you ain't even gotta look back and see nobody. You can feel it. You can feel somebody's presence. Like you can feel when somebody watching you when you turn around and they're not watching you.
Yeah.
You know they was just watching you. So I felt it. And then I'm like, we walking. Now you always get somebody that's following you. Just walk straight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where there's no stores you can turn in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's that dude. That's that dude.
I know your movie gonna be crazy.
Oh,
your movie gonna be
wait
crazy.
for it. Yes.
Dang.
Yes.
Ooh,
The movie definitely gonna be stupid.
Now let's get to the Facebook post, man, because I remember this personally, like, because the news was going in about it. It was like, oh, she bragging, she boasting. I think it's for like a day or two. What made you be bold enough to put that post up?
Who would be bold enough to put that post up? Nobody.
Rashia.
Nobody. Absolutely not. When you doing fraud or you doing anything illegal, why would you post something like that? So what I feel like happened, well, we ain't gonna bring that up because I don't want to start no drama with people, baby mamas. My Facebook page was hacked.
Oh, okay.
It was hacked. I thought it was somebody else. And then I thought it was the feds because I said people not that smart enough to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But then you never know when people are angry inside and vindictive. They would do anything. They would contact anybody. They would do anything to take that person out.
Yeah.
So my Facebook page was hacked and I called Geek Squad.
Mm-hmm.
And like I didn't even know that Geek Squad could run your mouse from them. Like they can move your mouse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Like take over your computer and
yeah. So they took over my computer to help me try to figure out, because when the post was posted, everybody's calling me and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I get on my 25-year-old daughter right now. So she was 12 at the time.
Mm-hmm. I
get on her Facebook page and I comment. I'm like, whoever hacked my page is fucked up. Like, just a whole bunch of stuff. Of course, the feds didn't show the comments. They only showed the posts.
Mm-hmm.
So my page was hacked. I was never able to get back in that page again. That page was deleted. I kept hitting. This why it's still like, I still don't understand how or who did it, but whoever did it had to have brains. I don't know if maybe my co-defendant left his phone open one day and was on my Facebook page and somebody got into it, or the feds. You know what I mean? I still don't know. And I'm not even going to point the finger at his people or whatever, because I don't know, because it had to take somebody with some brains, because I clicked change password.
Mm-hmm.
And they sent me to my email. They said your password has been changed. But when you go in the email, the password is not there. So it had to be somebody that, because why would you say your password changed and there's no password?
Right. So somebody else was probably intercepting your email or something.
It was something, yeah.
Dang.
But they changed. I was blocked out of that account and I never was able to get back in.
Because I remember
that status.
I think I was in the PJs back then. They was like, yeah, bro, she on Facebook taunting the people. I'm like, what?
Saying I'm a millionaire and come indict me.
Yeah,
Indict me. I am a mother. I don't want to go to jail.
Dang. Yeah. We thought you was just like super bold. We was like, man, she bold.
And a lot of people, and that's why I like to tell my story. Any chance that I get, I love to tell my story, because for so long, like, I'm not going to lie, and I'm not going to, like, I am a legend. And even in prison behind the walls, from the staff, from the inmates, like, in Feds, we got inmates from all around the world, not just Florida.
Right.
So there's a lot of people that ask me that question. Can I ask you a question? What? Why did you write that status? Would you write that status? Wow. Like, no, I would never do nothing that stupid. I would never. The most I would do as far as fronting is holding up money. But people do that all day, every day. So, like, even with the money post.
Yeah.
With the money post that they used on that status, they said that I was holding up tax fraud money. How would $1 bills be tax fraud money? Because, baby, my tax fraud money, I can't hold in one hand. So they even said that I was holding up tax fraud money. $2,000 in ones?
Yeah.
So it's just like, if you don't know my story, you don't know. If you don't sit down and listen and not just take what the media said, you will never know, because I would never do no shit like that. Still, hell no. Nah.
So, out of all those, what was the craziest story you heard about yourself in the media? That you just like, where the hell they get that from?
The craziest story. I mean, if you want to say craziest, that's like the most craziest to me as far as before prison in the media. But a lot of the stories, they be facts. So it's not, I can't say that the stories that I heard would be crazy, but that is the most craziest story, because it's always, it's like, it's just crazy. Like, why would y'all think I would do that? Like, hell no, I'm not about to tell no feds to come get me when I got all this illegal shit going on.
Yeah, we thought you was on one, man, when you posted. I was like, damn.
Therefore, do you really think somebody from the streets, if I posted a status telling the feds to come and get me, and I really thought, I swear to you, I thought that, like, of course I didn't think I was getting indicted, but I thought that when I posted the comments, they seen my comments too, to say that whoever hacked my page, because therefore it would have never been nothing in my house. Especially when I just told them to come and indict me. Why would I keep the shit at my house?
Right. That makes
But I thought for sure they seen the comments and seen that it wasn't me, but
they just wanted
it was them.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
You know?
They probably did that. That's crazy.
It had to be, because
grimy.
It was the status. You know, I got like 7 extra years for that status.
Really?
Yeah, they gave me the leadership role. They came to my house to indict my co-defendant. I never had an indictment. But you gave me the leadership role over our case. And he got 2 tax fraud indictments.
They wanted you bad, though.
Yeah.
Your baby was 1 year old when you went away. And you did what, 13 years?
12 years, 8 months.
12 years. What was that like, being a mother, like, behind bars? And
oh, my God. Waking up every day thinking, when I get out of prison, my baby going to be 20. She's going to be 20 years old. It's devastating. Like, to leave. I had a brand new baby, a 1-year-old that don't even really know me. You know what I mean? And to leave her, like, that's very devastating. So I just feel sorry for a lot of the people today that feel like it's okay to fuck with them people money, because, baby, when they come, they come.
They say that, though.
When they come, they come.
They say
and they're not going to come for no reason. They only going to come because they know they got a case. And a lot of people, and I look now at the people like, damn, these motherfuckers, like, they icy. Like, don't get me wrong, pop your shit if that's what you're going to do. But, hey, be ready to take that time if them people come. Don't take nobody else down with you. Don't take nobody else's life because they taking yours. Because you got to think about your consequences and think about your actions. And what, if you're going to sit here and feel like it's okay to push this new Benz and you know you ain't got no 9 to 5, or no money, no legit money, to be ready.
Now that's interesting you brought that up. Now, when you behind bars, you facing doing that amount of time. Do you think about those material things you left behind, or is it that don't matter no more?
The material things didn't matter to me when I got locked up. I thought about my properties and the things that I had that would put me back on my feet if I was to come home. Yeah. You can have the diamonds, you can have the bags, because the bags gonna be out of style. I don't care about none of that.
Yeah.
I didn't think about nothing that I lost, because I always said, shit, when I get out, I'm gonna be on top, because I'm a hustler. I know I can sell this property and flip it, and I can do this and make my money. But I didn't think about none of that. What I told my family was, like, I got rid of my car, my X5. I think I gave it away for like $2,500 to my family member. Like, it was just like, here. My 550 was still worth like 50. I sold that for like 30 bands. Like, it was just like, here, you know what I mean? So I didn't think about none of that. I was thinking about how I'm gonna be set. How's my foundation gonna be when I get out of prison? That's all I thought about. Like, I didn't care about nothing. I didn't care about all the designers that I lost. I didn't care about none of that. You know, like, my family, I hate to say it, they pissed me off when I got locked up, because the feds only took like a lot of handbags. That's it, and my jewelry. Y'all had a storage, and y'all lost the storage. Do you know how much money was in that storage? Sell it. Y'all could have sold 2 items to pay the storage. So it was just like, y'all the stupid ones, because you know how much money y'all could have had.
But was you letting them know like go get that?
Hell yeah.
What?
Like they was picking out pieces that they wanted. Like my bedroom set was probably like $20,000 because I had the expensive top one in Ashley, every piece.
Wow.
And of course they got what they wanted for their house, but go and have a yard sale or something. Go make my whole house. I had a 5-bedroom house, 5-3. Every room was furnished with expensive furniture because you know it was so easy to swipe back
Run it
then.
up.
Like
Yeah.
sell that shit.
Dang.
Like
I know that had to be depressing being behind bars and hearing they
that they lost it.
Right.
Now that, yeah, I was pissed off about that. And I was sad when my dog died because I had 2 Yorkies, Doogie and Bert. But I felt like my dog, the boy, because I had him for so long, I felt like, you know how they say when you grow old with somebody and the dad or mom died, they died too. The dog died because my dog wasn't like crazy enough to go bite on cords. My dog got electrocuted.
For real?
Yeah, he died. I think he just killed this.
Damn. How old was he?
He was like 5. He was like 5, and my girl was like 3. And I had just saved him because he had parvo.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's
I
big.
just paid like $4,500 to save him. So you go and kill yourself.
Dog, parvo.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5-year-old dogs, they don't be biting stuff like that.
My dog he not bad. Like he protect me, the little tiny old little Yorkie, but he not finna go bite up nothing.
And then, knowing you was gonna be gone for a minute.
Yeah, that's what I said. And then I was calling home. They made me laugh, but I was sad because, well, you from Tampa, so you know, Tay Bay when he came out with the Tico.
Yeah.
So they gonna say, I was like, I miss Bert. Yeah, they gonna tell me, killed that bitch. He died with his eyes open. I'm like, why would y'all do him like that?
Man, that's terrible.
On the ground with his eyes open. I'm like, don't keep saying that. Like, but it was funny, but it was sad. So I was like, oh my God.
Things occurred when you was in there. Your property went missing. Did that change like how you felt about stuff? Like, damn, I had a plan to do something with this. Now I don't have the opportunity.
Yes, as far as like change my plans on coming out, like
right, and being financially set.
Of course.
How did that feel?
It felt like, damn, like what I'm gonna have to do for some money, like how I'm gonna get on my feet when I come home. I know that I have this big platform. I know that they're saying people are doing movies, they doing this, they doing podcasts, they doing all of these things, but I need a quick come up, and then. Yeah.
Do you feel like the first lady entertainment method that you were using back then doesn't apply to today? Or you think it would be?
It does apply if I apply it the way that it needs to be applied. Meaning the name ain't going nowhere. The name First Lady ain't going nowhere. But the First Lady entertainment part, as far as me being a big time promoter, if I get back into the business, yes, I think it'll be the same as back then. But it's not the same because you got to think about it. When I was coming up, the world was coming up.
Yeah.
So it was easy for me to say, I got Lil Wayne coming or Future or whoever, and this section is $3,000 and people are giving you the $3,000 with no problem versus today. Man, that's too much money because it's not that free money coming in like it was back then. So it's not even really beneficial.
People got to do like 3-4 side hustles, man.
Yes. So it's not really beneficial to me. I can easily go like Plies back then. I bought him the club underground. He was 30,000, and in the promoting business, you only spend half of the money. So meaning if he's 30,000, I'm gonna send him his 15,000, and I made the other $15,000 off ticket sales. So you're really getting your artist for half price. But you got to be somebody that's well respected. Your company got to be well respected. You can't be no janky ass promoter. You can't be none of that.
Did you have like a street team moving them tickets?
I had a street team, but I always was in the streets myself. Like I wasn't bougie. Like I'm riding around in $100,000 car, but I'm still gonna get out there and put these flyers on the car. I'm still gonna have these lanyards on my neck saying, "Man, y'all, what's up? Come to my show and get this pass for $100." The niggas gonna do it because they're gonna want to show out, or they're gonna say, "No, I don't want no pass. I'm gonna pay at the door." And of course, it's $200 at the door when you get there. So you come and show out, but. It was easy for me to make $100. I made with Plies show. That was my biggest show. Because I paid $50 and I made $111,000 that night.
Off of tickets?
Off the whole entire show.
Dang. In one
because
night,
it's three sections for 3,000.
Yeah.
And you remember Club Underground back in? You see how big that club was?
Yeah.
So I buy out the club.
Damn.
So I'm gonna buy out the club, and I'm gonna make everything
Straight
come
profit.
through the door. Yeah.
Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah. And then you got your people that want to open acts for they got this free money, so they don't care about spending $3,000 for 3 minutes, 1,000 a minute. So I'm gonna throw me about 5 to 8 opening acts. I'm gonna slide them in. You get 3 minutes. They go 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. What?
And that's crazy. Like,
But you can't get that today.
Yeah, I was gonna say
You
that.
can't get that today.
Because it's like people make more money now, but I mean, it's more work. But then I guess the value of everything that went up
because they working for their money.
Yeah.
Versus in my era, 15-year-olds was up. They probably was up 100 racks. That's a 15-year-old.
That's crazy.
And I know for a fact.
15-year-old.
Yeah.
Doing what though? Taxes?
I had a 7th grade education level, so I had a 15-year-old brain. Yes, doing taxes.
And I know you mentioned in one interview, man, that originally you had a lady that was doing taxes, so you kind of like looked at it and you figured out how to do it.
That was just that way. So there was a lot of that was back then when we used to type up W-2 forms and take it to the lady that was a manager. Yeah. And she'll put it in and give you a check the next day. But that wasn't no money. That was $6,000, and then you got to pay her little couple $100 versus you getting 10,000 and owe nobody.
10K a card, pretty much. Well,
no,
10K,
more than 10K.
Really?
Because you getting like 8 of them dropped on there.
Oh, one card?
Hell,
I thought it was like 10K per card.
What? No.
Damn.
And like you can get a lot just depending on the cards, but they will try to freeze your card.
Oh, after a certain limit, you hit.
It just, I ain't even gonna. No, it's not even a limit. It's just if they suspect fraud going on the card, I can get my card freeze after only taking out $5,000, or I can get my card freeze taking out $70,000. It's just whenever they suspect fraud is going on.
So what typically happens? So they freeze the card. Do you pop that card?
Out of check.
Oh, they'll know it. Damn. So they won't just keep the money or nothing.
No, they'll send the money back from the card back to the IRS, and the IRS will mail a Liberty check to the address from the tax return.
But that messed the game up then, because people got to go in with show their face and.
It wasn't messing the game up back then because you got people that's gonna bust checks.
Damn.
For 50%.
Oh.
You're gonna lose money.
Shit. They was like, if I'm taking this risk, what you gonna give me?
When Tampa was eating, the jewelers was eating, the car dealers was eating, the check cashing places was eating.
Yeah.
Of course, the scammers was eating, the restaurants was eating, the malls was eating, the boosters wasn't boosting. You know, like
low crime.
It was low crime. It was.
That's something.
I mean, they ate.
Real though.
They ate. Everybody ate.
I know it was a lot of custom shops, man, like with the cars and all that. They was eating good too, just off the drops, man.
Yeah, because I think my co-defendant, I think he put like $300,000 in that car.
Yep. And back then, that's a lot though.
Yeah.
Nowadays, that's what we put in them dunks, man. Them dunks be.
And that was just what a Camaro.
Yeah.
And that's not even I think he did have an engine because the 32s had just came out and he had the 32s and stuff.
Yeah.
What's the biggest rims today?
About 34s, I think.
Oh, they got 34s now?
Not too far off though. 32s, 34s.
I know. In 13 years, that's all they
can. Yeah.
I think they have a 40 by now.
So do you feel like 13 years, that's a long time. How did it feel doing that amount of time? Did it feel long as hell, or was it like you could walk it down?
I was bad when I first entered prison because I didn't give a fuck about nothing. I didn't have no care in the world. I felt like everybody betrayed me. The government betrayed me. They just took my life for no reason. They just sentenced me like I killed somebody, and I was running them up. I was fucking some shit up when I first went to prison.
Really?
Yeah.
You was violent?
I was bad.
Really?
I was young. I was fighting. You can't put a pretty girl in a wild den because it's like they're gonna try you. It's always the ugly people that don't care about fighting, but I didn't care because I felt like until you reach that first prison, I was 26. I just got a 20-year sentence. I'm pretty. They're gonna try you. They gonna try you. They gonna feel like, but once my name got out there, it wasn't no more trying. Like,
You're
you
like,
not
mess with her.
I done got hit with locks. I done got, man, but I actually just got hit with a lock. I don't know if you can really see the scars right here. It's somewhere.
Like by your lip?
Uh-huh. I got hit with a lock like 15 days finna get out of prison. Somebody tried to take my name.
And they knew you was getting out?
Hell yeah, they knew I was getting out. And if I would have, man, if it would have went the opposite of the way that it did, I would have lost. I wouldn't have got out until, I don't know. I wouldn't have got out.
You was still.
I would have lost my good time. I still would have got my time reduction that I did get, but I would have lost all my good time. So it wouldn't have kicked me out the door. I probably would have got out probably next year.
Whew. So you had to hold your composure in there.
Hell nah, I fought.
Yo, you did.
Hell nah. You know,
But you about to lose your time though.
yeah, and I fought with all my life. Like I fought like shit. Like I fought like it was like I'm fighting for life or death. You definitely not finna disrespect me and hit me with no lock and think I'm just finna stand there.
Right.
That's not happening. But it played, like I said, it worked out in my favor because, like I said, the staff, the prison, like I'm popular behind the walls. And when the news came that I was getting out of prison, the staff even was happy. I was in Tallahassee, Florida.
Oh, okay.
So of course they know who I am. They from Florida. So the staff even was happy, and a lot of the inmates came to my defense. Even the haters, they was like, "She tried her, like she," and it wasn't no cameras inside of the dorm. They was like, but they know that I fought back because the girl had black eyes too.
You put that thing on.
I had to fight with my might, like I had to fight like for my life, but it was a stud that I fought, and they already didn't want her on the compound. So I felt like, for real, they kind of used that situation to ship her, but I didn't understand why they shipped her because I never signed no keep separate. It's like when you say you threaten for your life and you don't want to be around that person. And I was leaving in 2 weeks, so you know what I mean? Yeah, like I don't give a damn. Like
free.
Yeah, I'm not finna like sign no paperwork so she can leave her people. You know what I mean? I ain't even care about that. She did try me though, but everybody came to my defense with whatever statements that they did give them, and it worked out in my favor. They say that they know that I fought her back, which you can't fight back, period. If somebody hit you, you either let them get that assault and you don't lose no days, but anytime you fight back, you're losing days with them. So but they knew that I fought back, but
they showed you some
they let me out. They knew what happened to me, period. As far as if I was at another prison, probably not in Florida, it wouldn't have worked out in my favor. But I was with officers and I was with staff that knew of me, and they was like, you'll be surprised, but they was happy that I got the time reduction because they like 21 years, that was fucked up. You didn't deserve that amount of time. So
they handed you 21 years, but you did 13 years. Where did you think that came from? Like when you saw the law change? I know you said something about the law change and all that.
So basically what had happened was like, and this would be my first time talking about this because it's kind of like a sensitive topic. I ain't gonna go into too many details, but I was in a prison in California called Dublin FCI during COVID. So during COVID, there was a lot of like and a lot of stuff going on with the inmates and the staff, the male staff.
Damn.
The warden got walked off. He's in federal prison right now. The chaplain guy.
The warden was doing shit too?
The chaplain is in federal prison right now. And I feel like it came with the world not knowing what was happening with COVID. Nobody knew. Everybody thought they was going to die. I did because sitting in a cell and staring at the TV, they kept it on CNN all day, and you could just keep seeing the death toll.
Yeah.
And I felt like, and this is my belief, this is how I feel. I felt like those officers felt like they was finna die, so why not do whatever they wanted to do to these women? Damn. They didn't think that COVID was gonna clear up. Nobody knew what was going on with COVID when it happened. And around that time, like it was just a lot of like inhumane things that was happening to the women there. Girls getting pregnant, girls catching STDs, girls getting high on all type of shit because the staff bringing in whatever. And it was just like, they got a life outside of the prison. Right. But I ain't gonna take it from you. It is some bad bitches in prison, you know what I mean? You just with a uniform on. And I felt like, they felt like they can just do whatever it was. So 2 years, probably, I end up going to the SHU, which is special housing unit. It's like locked in federal prison.
Like solitary.
Mm-hmm. I was in a I ain't gonna say I was just in a relationship with this one officer, but he had a lot of bitches that each didn't know about. But it's weird. Like certain staff didn't like certain staff, so they'll report them to SIS. It's a special something investigation and feds. It's like the FBI in the prison that investigate the staff. It's them, and then it's like internal affairs. And so I felt like they reported me and the officer. But keep in mind, they probably sitting here doing whatever to their inmates or whatever. Right. And they kept trying to come to me and like question me on stuff like that. I'm like, man, y'all tripping. Well, how this in here? They
didn't have cameras and none of that like that in there?
They did, but it's not like what you think. It's probably a camera outside of this door, but what happens in here? You know what I mean? And it was like a lot of drugs going on the compound, and they was trying to say that I was involved in the drugs, and the officers was bringing it, and just like with supplying the drugs. And I'm like, man, what is y'all talking about? Like, so they end up putting me in lock, and they end up shipping me, never telling me why they shipping me.
They just said, get your shit.
They got me off the compound, but it got worse than what it was. So they got me off the compound. It's a lot to it, but they got me off the compound, and probably a year later, I'm sitting at the new prison. It's not even a prison. They shipped me from a compound and put me, I don't know how to explain it. It's like when you fight in your case, you in the county jail, then you go to prison. You got freedom in prison. You got softball fields. You got outside rec. It's not like you're locked in. Confined like a county jail. So they took me out of a prison where I've been for 10 plus years already and put me back confined in the county jail. Exactly. They sent me to a detention center where males is at for 2 years.
All males?
No, it's males there. It's more males than females. 2 units for females and 8 units for males. Wow. They shipped me way to Seattle, Washington, way on the other side of the world.
Or your family all in Florida.
Way on the other side of the world. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm just so stressed out because of everything that I end up going through at that prison. And now it's like you just put me back in a box. Right. So how can someone get their mental together? I can't. There's no outside. We don't have outside. There's no outside. There's just a little roof like this, a roof with probably a little gate at the top where you can look out and see the sun.
That's all the windows you get?
It's no outside. You don't feel no fresh air but that. There's no outside. It's like
he was in that for how long?
2 years. And then I get a visit from the feds. So I'm thinking I'm getting indicted for whatever they saying that I was doing over there, as far as saying that I was doing this on the compound. And it's the feds questioning me about the things that happened to me over there. And I'm like, well, how you know this?
Right.
How you know this? Like, look, last time the feds came and talked to me, I was indicted. Like, I don't play these type of games. I'm not a rat. I don't play these type of games. They was like, Miss Wilson, like everybody says the same thing, but this was something that was done to you. I'm like, it still wouldn't fit right with me. Like, I'm not taking anybody's life away from them. They was like, no, we're not asking you about anybody. We just want to know about the prison. Prison. Yeah. And I'm like, I can't speak to you without my attorney. So I spoke to my attorney, which I said, I don't know if I said I had a motion in already called the compassionate release motion. So I filed for, I think it's called the 821. It was a compassionate release motion. I can talk about it now, but before I went to prison, I had got these butt injections. So I end up removing my butt injections, but my butt injections started eating through my whole butt area was black. It was hard, like a brick, probably the color of your shirt.
No.
So a compassionate release motion is like for medical reasons or like things like that. It wouldn't, like, I wouldn't know. And then a law came out where if you was between the age of 20 and 30, if you was indicted, you can file for the youth offender motion. So I filed that with a 2-point reduction. So this motion is in while the FBI comes and talk to me. And I still don't know, like, it's still like nothing's happening right now. So I talked to my attorney. He was like, do you know how big this is? I'm like, what do you mean this big? He said a fucking senator and stuff is talking about what happened at this prison.
Damn.
And you are clearly a victim. What is wrong with you?
Right.
I'm like, I'm not telling on nobody. He was like, no, you're thinking irrationally. Like, it's not, you're not telling on nobody. You're not getting up. You're not saying, well, this officer did this. You're suing the government. Once you sue the government, that's big, because you're gonna get it because of, they would not have talked to you if you're not a victim. We're gonna sue the prison.
Big payday.
I sued the prison.
Like, you finalized all that? 2 years?
2 years.
Oh, wow. Dang.
2 years for the, let me see, 22. I got out at 25, so probably 3 years. But I didn't just sue them right when I transferred. So probably 2 years, probably at the most.
Was you afraid of backlash, like being that you was an inmate and you was actually suing a prison? Did you feel like...
No, because I'm not suing nobody. Like, I'm not testifying on nobody. I'm suing the prison. Who gives a damn about a prison? I'm suing the government, the same government that just took my life.
Right.
I'm showing y'all, oh, this what y'all, okay, well, I'm finna sue y'all. So I sued the government, and what they did to me is kind of, it's messed up, but it's not, because I got my freedom. So what they told me is, all right, after going back and forth with offers, I think my first offer was $300,000. The first offer, oh, I'm not taking that.
Dang.
That's the first offer? No. So, like I said about my property back then, I thought I was going to come home to the money from my property until I got messed over. So now I'm like, damn, God answered my prayers. Now I'm going to go home and I'm going to be a millionaire. Probably like 2 months before, because my paperwork is in the courts, remember, for my 2-point reduction and everything. Right. The government come back with an offer. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're not going to oppose your motion if you agree to sign over 1 point such and such $million and you get to keep this amount. I'm like, my heart dropped, because I'm like, y'all do this to me and take my freedom, and you know what? I'm a self-made millionaire. You can have it.
I'm trying to understand. So they wiped out the restitution, or they...
No, they put the 1 point such and such to the restitution.
Okay.
So I still owe restitution, but it's not $3 million no more.
Well, it's a lot more.
It was a catch-22, because I feel like this is what they was gonna make me do. I could have fought for my money because I sued the government, but I still owe the government. So y'all, I feel like y'all was gonna come after me regardless. So all right, just give me my freedom. Here, get this, because I do know that they could not take my money. For the simple fact, with the amount that they gave me, y'all wouldn't have gave me the money. Y'all would have took that too, because I owe y'all. I still owe y'all.
You could negotiate like $6 million. Like, let's do.
Man, they wouldn't negotiate nothing. They stuck with what they stuck with and said, okay, well, you can fight your motion that you got in court. You can fight it, and you can fight the money too, or we can just say we're not going to oppose the motion. But it's like I said, it was a catch-22, because they could have said, we're going to give you 6 months off your sentence, because we asked for immediate release. Okay. They could have said, we're going to give you 6 months off your sentence, but they didn't, because they still didn't oppose it. So they could have did whatever they wanted to do with the motion. So I'm stressed out. I'm losing weight. I'm like, I just told them that they can get this money, but what if they say that? My lawyer, which shout out to him, Andrew Greenlee. He is the best lawyer in the world. He stuck by my side the entire time. That's what's up. But he was like, we just have to play ball with this. Like, we just got to sit back and just, I'm like, but what if, he was like, just have faith, Rashia. Just look at everything that's happening. Like, just have faith. I'm like, I always have faith. And they always deny my motions. They deny my motion. And you just told me that the same judge that came out of retirement is finna hear my case again. He was like, I know, but just, so he did not grant my immediate release.
That's the judge that when you did the appeal, he actually gave you more time, right? Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about that. Like, how did that go down?
But let me finish this part.
Okay.
So he did not grant my motion. Mm-hmm. He didn't grant my immediate release that we asked for, but he did resentence me. And he resentenced me to 15 years and 8 months. So when he resentenced me to the 15 years with my good time and stuff, it gave me a sentence of 6 months left.
Wow.
So I had to do that this is like March now. So my release date was in September. So they sent me home in May, and I had to do the rest on house arrest.
Oh, okay. I know you was happy.
Yeah, but he could have let me out. You took my money. You could have just said, here, stop here. I still had to get out of jail and go back to jail.
You must have pissed him off or something.
He hates me.
For real?
I ain't gonna say he hate me because he didn't have to grant my motion.
Right. As far as I know, you did an appeal, requesting an appeal, and you were thinking you were gonna get out earlier. Tell us a little bit about.
I did a lot of appeals, but this particular time, okay, for one, you don't take the feds to trial because you're gonna get the max. For two, nobody appeals. Check the ratio. Not too many people appeals from feds get granted so quick like mine. So my appeal got granted real quick, like less than 2 years.
So usually, damn, that's quick. 2 years.
Feds,
Yeah,
you got to go through so much, and they're not gonna grant your appeal. They don't grant no appeals for real in feds. And then if they do, half of the time they give you more time. Cause look at me.
Why is it they give you more time though?
What happened was, so I ended up my complete sentence was 17 years for wire fraud, 24 months for aggravated identity theft, running consecutive, and 18 months for the gun, all running consecutive. And it equaled up to 252 months. So that's 17, 24, and 18. My appeal got granted because what they did was, when they came in my house that day, when they found that gun and they took me to jail for the gun case, after I signed my plea for the gun case, because they was like, I'm not going to receive no more than 18 months or 18 months probation. The same day I signed my appeal, I called home and my mom and them like, they crying. And I'm like, what are you crying for? Like, we good. Like, they say you on every news station. I'm like, for what? They say you just got hit with a 47 count indictment for tax fraud. I'm like, what? Oh God, my heart dropped to the floor. So what happened was, when I filed the appeal, the way that they sentenced me on the gun and gave me that conviction, and then sentenced me on the fraud when it was all the same case. Y'all came to the house, but y'all got the gun, but y'all came for the fraud. So it's supposed to have been all one case. I didn't supposed to have that gun charge conviction because it's all one conviction on the same case. Instead of them putting it together, they tried to do it separate to enhance my sentence. Damn. So my appeal got granted because they saw that.
Right.
But the judge said, oh, no. It wasn't no mathematical error. That's what I mean, and that's what I meant. Instead of giving me my sentence reduction like I deserved and what was law, he took the 17 years wire fraud and gave me 19 years. He took the 18-month gun charge and gave me 120 months. He gave me 10 years on the gun charge. With
wait a minute. So from 18 months to 10 years?
From 18 months to 10 years.
Damn.
Remember, all three of those charges was running consecutive.
Yeah.
It was 18, 17, 24. So now he took the gun to 120, which was the 10 years. He took the wire fraud to 19 years.
God damn.
And he took the 24 months that run consecutive. And he combined the 120 with the wire fraud. So he took the 19 and the 2 years and just ran them two consecutive. But gave me 10 years for the gun, but ran it concurrently.
So, like, why was he so mad with you? Like, did he have a?
I guess because of the status, or I think somebody in his family was a victim to identity.
Oh, so he was like, if I ever get a chance to see her again, I'm gonna add some more shit.
And he did, didn't he?
Damn. You ain't cuss him out when he in the court? I would have.
You know why I didn't cuss him out? And I see a lot of people, when they get mad at the judge, they throw shit.
Snapping, hell yeah, picking up chairs.
I didn't cuss him out because it still was unreal. Who gets 21 years for fraud? So I didn't want to blow my chance of ever getting back. Now imagine I would have threw something at his ass and look at this, and I had to go back and see him.
Damn.
So I always told myself in prison, I always stayed positive. It's so many women in there. It's people that's doing life and they're so miserable. It's people that's doing 20 or 10 years or 5 years. They're so angry inside. But everybody that I meet, they be like, I can't even tell you got this much time. You're not miserable. I say, because I'm not doing this time.
Now, when did your anger stop? Because you said when you first went in there,
I was angry as far as fighting, but I never gave up faith. I never gave up hope. I always said I wasn't doing that time. I was mad at the world.
You knew you weren't gonna be there.
I knew I wasn't gonna do that time because look at my. Now, don't get me wrong. There's people in there that's doing 20 years. I ain't gonna say they deserve their 20 years because nobody shouldn't deserve that much time. But their case, you got child molesters, you got women that is molesting kids, you got people that's dying over drug ODs. They got bodies. They got 20 years for the stuff that they put. How the hell I get more time than them for fraud? So I always knew that I wasn't doing my time. There's no way. People in there with dollar amount higher than mine, white people doing 5 years and 4 years for $10 million and my dollar amount $3 million. I'm like, I'm not doing this time. And I hate to say it, and I try to be strong when I talk about this situation, but I hate that I had to go through what I did go through at that prison for the world or for the system to really give me a chance.
When you say the system, you mean Dublin?
The system, just the system, the court system, to even see my motion or hear my motion or the lawsuit, just everything that surrounds Dublin. Why did I have to go through that? Was it written? Did God write this? Is this what He planned to happen for me to come home? Like, it's just like, it's still just a thought. Like, because why did I have to endure so much pain in prison? And now I'm so damaged in order to come home and be able to sit here and tell my story, because my release date technically is in 2031. Shit. February 4th, 2031. So I had to get abused. I had to be forced to do things. I had to be free.
Like, sometimes when we go through things, they always say everything happened for a reason, or, I was supposed to learn this from this situation. Do you feel like anything in Dublin taught you anything?
Shit. For real, it taught me not to trust nobody.
Wow.
It did. I'm really, really damaged. I'm damaged. I'm like I can't even really have a relationship right now because the people that I did entertain, they don't really understand what I went through. And it's hard for them to understand, and it's hard for them to really work with me. And I feel like they give up easily because of I'm damaged and I'm trying, but it's just like, I guess I can't get it right.
I think more so healing, you need time to heal.
And I do, but it's just, Dublin was fucked up.
Wow.
And if you haven't read the stories, you need to go read them. They call it the club at a prison. The entire prison is shut down. It was so bad till they got undercover agents as inmates to be inmates in the prison. And that's how they started seeing everything.
Kind of like that show 60 Days In, where people go in.
But it was federal agents.
Damn.
It was agents dressed as inmates.
Whoa, so that's serious.
And they shut it down. I wasn't there at the time. I was in the shoe. I was in the lock getting transferred. But they was like, when people was coming back, they're getting in trouble. They was like, man, they got marshals on the compound as dressed as it. I'm like, oh, this shit going up. But I never thought they was finna come and visit me. I was just like, shit, I'm just getting transferred.
So how many people, if you can talk about, I know there's certain things you can't really talk about or you may not be comfortable talking about, but was it like multiple guards that you had interaction with or that hurt you?
It wasn't, it was multiple guards. And there was like, you just got to read the case. It was bad. Like, it was like something that was really damaging to me and my mental is the fact that I was forced to like dance naked.
No.
With my situation being black and or I get threatened to go to the shoe, or I was forced to do things to other inmates, or the other inmates forced to do things to me or else. So it was just everything. Any degrading thing that you can think of that a man can do to a woman in prison happened. Was I actually raped? Did a guy ever touch me? And no, I think he would have killed, I think it would have went down. So no, I was never. But was other women actually raped? Yeah.
That kind of reminds me of like modern day slavery, man. Like the stuff they used to
It
do
was
on the plantations and all that.
in prison during COVID. It was bad. Meaning you okay versus okay. If we on the compound, we get to at least order some commissary. Not a lot, but a little bit. We get to eat. But if you don't do what they say, they're gonna throw you in this cell where you can't even get out. You're gonna sit more than 15 days because they're gonna make you quarantine as well before you come back out to the yard. And you only eat box lunches for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Cold. Who want to be back there? And you can't use your phone. You can't talk to your family but once a month during COVID. So it's like I gotta do this.
Yeah. Damn.
You know what I mean? So it was just.
And you worry about your kids. You can't talk to your kids.
You can't talk to nobody.
So one phone call a month?
One phone call a month.
How long was the call?
15 minutes.
And that was for what? 2 years you went through that, or?
No, this if you get through in lock 2 years. I wasn't in lock for 2 years, but if you don't do what they say, you go back there. So all of that was happening. Yeah. What? But I end up getting transferred.
So they put you to shoe if you ain't want to participate in a little nasty. Yeah.
Damn. It's everything that I speak about is black and white. Black and white for the senators and the president and for everybody to talk about it. It was on C-SPAN. It was on all these networks. Pull it up.
Well, what you? I'm surprised I ain't hear about this.
You over here. That's the West Coast.
Yeah.
It pops up every day on IG. I see it.
Really?
But it's like
an algorithm.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So I guarantee if I start looking at some posts, it'll probably be like.
Oh yeah, I forgot
all down
my algorithm and stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So during COVID, what COVID was April 2020. What was it? 20? April 2020. Yeah, I remember.
I'm sorry you went.
And I had just got to the prison in October of 19. I wasn't even there but a few months.
Damn.
Yeah, and I'm like, Lord, my damn luck.
So what do you think would help you? Like counseling, therapy?
I do therapy every week.
Okay.
Every Tuesday I go to therapy.
You feel like it's just helping out a little bit?
My new therapist, yes.
Okay, that's what's up. Definitely wish you luck, man, and healing, because that sounds very traumatic, man. Like you went through a lot.
It is.
And I don't think all people are bad people. There's a lot of wickedness on earth, man, but there's a lot of good people too. But I understand it's hard to like trust people and have discernment because you just don't know what people really on, man. So I would just say, man, just ain't trying to get all extra religious with you, man, but pray to God, man, and ask him to reveal.
That's the only person that's keeping me sane right now.
Is that what helped you get through?
Yeah. Yeah. But it's always that one question. God, why?
Yeah.
Why take me through it and help me at the same time? But we can't question our God. Like we can't, I don't know why. Like I said, I hate that I went through everything that I went through, but we don't know why. Maybe I would have died in prison because of the injection.
Yeah.
Maybe that needed to happen. Like I came straight home. That was the first thing I did, a $40,000 surgery.
40,000.
I'm still healing to this day.
You ever heard the girl Anivia Cruz? I interviewed her way back. Hers was like real
going down the leg and stuff.
Yeah.
It was moving down there. They cut out. Hopefully we got that show coming soon too.
Oh yeah. To be announced.
Yes.
So damn. So it like started rotting and all that thing.
It was black.
Oh my God.
Black. Not.
So like using the bathroom was like painful.
Sitting on my butt was painful.
Dang.
All day, every day. It felt like I was laying in an ant bed all day. I'm constantly itching, but you can't get to the itch. I got to get a brush, a hard brush, and lay in the bed and just scratch my butt all day, 24/7.
So nonstop itch. I can't imagine.
The itch is gone. The butt is gone, but the itch is gone. It'll be bad.
So what was like some sealer or whatever they used to put it in?
So what the doctors told me was, so at the time back then in my era, it wasn't no BBLs back then. Everybody was getting the butt injection. And we used to go to hotel rooms, get the butt injections and everything. And they told me, the different people that was injecting me, said that I was being injected with a formula called hydrogel, which is supposed to sit in the family as saline, silicone, hydrogel. They told this what they educated me with. Come to find out, still 13, 14 years later, when the doctor removed the substance out and cut all that skin and fat out of me, it was still hard.
Damn.
So he said, look, I got a souvenir for you, a piece of the inside of my body. And he said, cut it. And it looks, I got it in my phone, and it looks and feels like a pineapple.
Damn.
All the juice coming out, but the juice was an oily substance. He said, you know what this is? I said, no. He said, whatever they injected in you, they mixed it with baby oil and mineral oil, and the oil didn't have nowhere to come out. So it caused it to push to your tissue and harden. God. So the oil was still in there after all those years with nowhere. You could cut it. It wasn't blood coming out. It was just the oil. And he did like that. He was like, look, it's still oily. So they was mixing it. They was mixing whatever they was mixing.
Whatever they can.
And I feel sorry for a lot of these women today, because what they're doing is they're going to get those BBLs on top of those injections. Because so when you feel they butt is soft, but if you wait a few years or kind of push it all the way in, there's hard, and that hard is eventually gonna come out, and they're killing themselves with them shots, and they don't even know.
Yes, a lot of women been passing away from that, man.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's why I'm like, we ain't gonna question our God, but there's a lot of reasons why I'm out of prison early, and I can't figure it out. I just need him to get me back rich.
You would have died from that.
I believe the way that it started to look, yeah.
Because they wouldn't have covered you getting that removed, huh? They would just been like...
They wouldn't cover it. They wouldn't. And to be honest, and I can speak about it now, the money that they did allow me to keep was to cover the surgery.
Dang. Well, it would save your life, though, man. It's always,
But that's messed up.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I agree with you. I definitely agree with you.
That's it.
What are you doing moving forward, like, to change your legacy and change your narrative of Drop Queen?
I hope
Rashia got going.
What I plan on to move forward is I want to show the world like me, not that person. I want to do these films, these books. I got the one book. I want to do my music. I want to do these shows. I want to do, like, I'm just trying to show them that that's not me. That's my past. And no one's past define them and who they are or who they're trying to become. But their past is a learning experience. And everything that I went through in the past is what made me who I am today. And I feel like everything that I learned, I'm trying to apply it with everything that I plan on teaching everybody else. Because who said just because you went to prison and did that much time and you a felon that you can't be who you want to be? And I feel like I can be who the fuck I want to be, and I am going to be that person.
Right.
The right way, and get this money the right way. So I plan and I hope that I can show the world this side of me, this new, mature Rashia Wilson, not first lady and not the drop queen. Like, I hope that my stories, I hope that everything that I've been through, I can help somebody else.
Yeah.
Especially from the injections, like with these women getting these injections, with my story, with just everything. Like, I plan on moving forward in a way that just a whole 360.
So that's amazing, because you previously you said you wanted to say why you, but I think you found out why you. You know what I'm saying? Because you have that drive, you driving that ambition. You're gonna use your platform to, you know what I'm saying, help other people out that may not have, you know what I'm saying, gotten that message from somebody. You know what I'm saying? And
I get a lot of DMs of women. Like, I got one the other day, and it was just like I was going through my own stuff, and they say, "Do you give advice? Can you talk?" Like, and it's so many different women. Like, oh my God, it's a lot of women that just DM me and just be like, "You are our inspiration." Like, when I'm going through it and I write my little post, and they be like, "Are you okay? Like, don't give up. Like, you my inspiration." So all of those encouraging words, like, it's like I can't let myself down because I'm letting the world down.
Right.
And not in a way back then, but in a positive way where, like, my presence in the way that I feel, it changes other people. So I don't want people to feel down because I'm feeling down. So I got to sit here and put on my little smile. And, yes.
But there's healing in that too, healing other people, man, because it make you feel good about it.
Makes me feel good.
You know, that's dope, man. That's dope, man. So I definitely thank you for pulling up on Lionel B. Finally, we in the same city, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And
we got a lot of stuff coming soon.
Oh yeah,
we
definitely got some.
Yes.
We can't talk about it right now. I'm gonna see it though.
Make sure y'all go and grab my book on Amazon right now or everywhere books are sold. Money, Power, and Time. And y'all make sure y'all subscribe to my YouTube at First Lady ENT 813, IG at First Lady _ENT. This your girl, First Lady.
And make sure y'all don't forget to like, comment, subscribe on the videos. Share these videos. I'm gonna peep y'all on the next.
Can't get enough? Click on the screen to watch even more fire content. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and you can also catch my videos on my other channels, the Lionel B Show Clips, Lionel B Stories, Lionel B's Garage, the Lionel B Network, and you can stream my audio on the go on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and any other major podcast platforms.